Hey guys, how's it going? My name is always, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Pyramid Reborn. In the last episode, we were working on making all of these machines, a bunch of thermal expansion stuff, and just trying to get different things like blaze powder and netherrack and that kind of stuff, so that we can make a blast furnace. And that's what we're going to work on today. We've made the shock absorber, didn't we? Yeah, so I can get rid of some of this stuff. Let's see, blaze powder. The garden cloche we can't do quite yet, so we're not gonna worry about that. But I am just waiting on getting some bricks, and then we'll need to make some nether bricks. Nothing too difficult. So while we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and start working on storing power. So one of the big things with all of this, also, we do have an induction smelter. Awesome. So we set this up last time, I believe, as well, which is just another resource generator to constantly give us coal, and that will eventually fill up with coal. And then this guy is powering the resource generator, and the coal is also going to this guy, so we're just kind of basically getting infinite energy. And we have a bit of a capacitor, but not that much of like resources in that sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to start collecting more power. And to do that, we're going to, I wish I knew how to power these up. We're going to make the basic energy cell. So it should be pretty straightforward. We just need some redstone, lead, iron, glass, and more lead. We're going to need more lead. So I've kind of switched things around a little bit so that we can have a little bit more ease of access of everything. And yeah, that'll work just fine. And I've kind of sorted my inventory, even though I'm looking in the wrong places for literally everything. So we need 4 sand cooking up. And there's all the bricks that we're going to need, and then the netherrack will be next. So let's see, lead gears, we're going to need iron. So there's the lead gear. And then we just need some glass, which we are cooking up. We're going to need electrum, which we have a little bit of, and redstone plus a redstone block. So something like this. And I think that's everything we need. So now we can make energy cell frame, which, as far as I can tell, this is the only one that's available to us, and it does hold a lot of stuff. So I haven't actually seen, I haven't messed with thermal expansion in 1.12, because that's what version this is, right? Yeah, 1.12. So I don't really know too much about it. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and come down here, and we're going to break this connection first of all, and then we're going to break this connection. We're going to put this guy here, and we're going to configure him input on one side, and we're just going to drain the LV capacitor. So this guy stores, what is it, 2 million RF? And we need to put a lot of RF into the machine over there. So that's what we're going to be working towards. And you know what? That works. We'll have output there. And let's just do that. And that'll be fine. I was considering we could go ahead and put the other capacitor on there, but there's next to no reason to. It's really too weak to do anything with, so we're not going to worry about it. Anyways, we are almost there with all of our stuff. And I'll be honest, I don't really know what the next step is. We need to get aluminum in order to make the garden cloche. Aluminum is at the EU. I think that's aluminum. It looks like it's aluminum. And that's the problem. Generating a large amount of EU is an absolute pain, but we can make things easier with that. So we're going to work towards getting some steel, but we're also going to need to start working towards getting some sort of fuel. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the Semifluid Generator, this guy, to generate all of our power for EU. And we're honestly not even going to worry about powering these machines. We're literally just going to power a battery, and we'll run some cables over or something. So we'll probably end up putting it like right here and just run cables over. Because there's not a really good way to move stuff. Or we could just honestly place it, have a little platform over here and just feed it directly into it. That might not be a bad idea either. Because we need, what, 3 million EU? So the Semifluid Generator itself is not that bad. It's going to require a lot of tin and iron. More tin, more iron, and a generator, which is just more iron, and a little bit of glass. So nothing too scary. So let's go ahead, grab all the lead, make a bunch of lead blocks. I was not anticipating that to make a perfect number, but it did. And we're going to want a lot of tin, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so iron is not as bad to get. And hey, we can... Ooh, that is... Why is that not working? Are we actually out of... No, we couldn't be. It's outputting. But it's like it's not... I mean, this is only generating 40 RF per tick. Why isn't stuff charging up here? That's not charging. Oh, because this is working. So it's not enough power to actually handle all this, but that's fine. So if we take this out, this should start charging here in a second, right? So what we can do to fix that is actually make some more furnace generators, and then just add them to this area. So yeah, we put a couple more here, and honestly we could probably pick up this guy and put him, I want to put him up here as emergency power, but then we just make some more furnace generators, and that will be pretty much it. So let's go ahead and do that. So furnace generators, machine blocks, so we need a chest and iron and redstone. So there is chest. Let's just shift click because it's going to be easier. So that'll give us 4. We make 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can go ahead and make a ton of these furnace generators and basically see how many can we power. We do have plenty of coal, so there's 4 more. And what we'll do is, I guess we need we need one more thing, and then we need more second cables. So that wasn't that bad to make, I don't believe. So let's go ahead and get back and second cable. Redstone and iron. Yeah, it's pretty easy. So we'll make 2 sets of those. I used up all my iron, but that's fine. So just do that. Transfer pipe, like so. And now all these guys should start getting coal, and I'm gonna just help them along. Fill those guys up. We'll want some speed upgrades in that eventually, but if we just do this for right now, that'll make things a little bit better, and it should keep up relatively. But now things are charging up. We're getting a ton of power, and that's charged. Cool. So we're gonna need some glass. So let's go ahead and get that going, and we'll throw the 10 in there for right now. So we need to make the blast bricks, and there we go. We'll come over here, and this will be a pretty easy setup. Just some blast bricks so that we can make our blast furnace. Now this is really cool. So what we can do is we can take the coal coke, we'll put it in there, and now we can make steel very easily. So anytime we need steel, we're gonna use that. And honestly, we're gonna take 2 blocks of iron right away and just get that cooking into steel, because why not? I don't know that we'll need it, but it's gonna be good to have, and that's kind of the purpose. So let's get some iron cooking up, and we're gonna want. All right, so we can get rid of the second cable, and we want to make the Semifluid Generator. We're also gonna want a fermenter. And something else that we're going to want here soon is some sort of auto farming. But for now, we're not going to worry about it. So we need a good bit of glass. Let's just get like... Actually, that is a good number. Actually, we don't need... We'll do that. We'll just do 8 glass. This is all doing pretty well, making all the stuff we need, and get the sugar cane. Cool. So the whole point of doing all this is we're gonna want a lot of bio mass, basically, and what we're gonna do with that is we're gonna turn it into with the fermenter, we can turn it into ethanol, and ethanol is a really good power source for the semi-fluid generator. So that's what we're gonna work on, and we just need a bunch of iron. So let's just get started. So first things first, we need one of these guys. So we need a furnace. We're going to need basic machine casing. We're going to need a bunch of iron plates. Can we just use this? Yeah. So there's that. There's that. And then we need a battery, which is a 10 insulated and 10 item casings. So we're going to need a little bit of 10. Let's see, metal former, we're gonna need like 4 things. Actually, I already have a little bit, so let's just get 2. I have some 10 plates, 10 cable, some universal fluid cells. We need some coal or something in there. Let's just grab a bunch of coal. Maybe not that much. And that'll be fine. So this guy we're going to take all the cobblestone out of, because I don't really want to do anything with that yet, or at least currently. Let's go ahead and make that recipe. There we go, and then I can put those in there. Cool. Stop doing that. Let's see. We're gonna balance grid. There we go. So with that taken care of, let's go ahead and see. We have 10 plates. We're gonna need item casings, we can insulate this tin wire. Let's see, we need 2, 4 for that. We're gonna need 4 of those and then 2 more of these. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be pretty much everything we need with that. So once this is done, I'm gonna get all these tin plates turned into item casings and go from there. So we need redstone, and we should be able to make the generator. So that's the first step, and then the next step is we need to make iron item casings, and we'll need our glass. We're gonna need 2 more glass panes, and we'll be able to get this pretty quickly. Alright, so the only other thing we're gonna need is, let's see, iron. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 for this guy. So we need 3 plates, and we turn them into iron item casings, and everything's fine. So we have 1 iron item casing. That's not enough, so we'll just let that go. Let's go ahead and grab all of this iron and turn it all into blocks again, just for storage. We could use storage drawers, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm probably not going to worry about that at all, just because it's a little bit of waste of resources in my opinion, just because we don't really need it. So this is supposed to be somewhat of a speed run. We're not going super fast, but it's still kind of at its heart a speed run, and I'm going to treat it as such. So let's just break all of that. We need to eat now. But saplings we can turn into biomass and then turn that into ethanol soon enough anyways. So we have plenty of wood, which is nice. Don't need this stuff in there. We can put it all in here. Alrighty then, so we should be done with the item casings, and we should be able to go ahead and make the semi-fluid generator. Now, see, there's that, and then we need those 2, and then that. So there is a semi-fluid generator. Now, what we'll end up doing is we'll set that up over there relatively soon. How is our power going? Also, how much power do we actually need? We need a lot. You know what? Something I think we might do is let's run cables over there. Why not? So let's just get a bunch of iron and redstone. And this is not going to be enough, but we can start working towards it. So what we'll do is just put this like so. And this is not against the rules, not in any sense. Let's break these actually. I want to, whoops, I didn't mean to. I'll replace it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run cables all the way back to the base, and then we'll just hook it into the system and then feed this guy as long as we need to. We might lose a little bit of power, but since our power is completely and utterly renewable, as in like it does it automatically, it doesn't really matter. So we're just going to run wires along here. And see, one more there. Cool. Now we're gonna have to break the torches. That's an unfortunate side effect. That's fine though. We're definitely not gonna have enough, so we need to get a few more. But we can run both of these back down here to the to here, and then what we'll have is we'll have the semi-fluid generator right here, like so, and we'll just hook him straight into power, and that'll be fine. So then it's going to be more of a waiting game than anything else. So let's grab a bunch of iron, throw the 10 back, and cables. We're gonna want, the last cable is really expensive. Wow. So something like this, and what we can do is just run it down. Let's see, right here. And we will run it off of this guy. So hopefully eventually we can get something to break these a little bit faster. But if not, oh well. So there, that should be starting to charge up. God, that is such a mess, I know, but it works, and that's the important part, right? Yeah, so that's going to update every once in a while, and let's just make this a little bit nicer. He says as he breaks everything. And if we need the power, we can just break a cable and not worry about it. So that'll look a little bit nicer. And then we're going to do something similar for the other side with, we're going to use glass cable. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it's not that bad. Oh yeah, that looks much better. So with that taken care of, let's go ahead and put these guys back. And what we're going to want is we're going to want the glass fiber cable, which is silver, glass, and energium dust. Energium, I don't know how to say it. But it's basically redstone and diamond. So we're going to want a little bit of both of those. Let's go ahead and get a bunch of redstone for now. We're going to want a good bit of sand turned into glass. So that'll be the next thing we do. And it seems to be keeping up with the power demands rather. But yeah, so we're going to need what? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just estimate. So if this is 85, and we need to go all the way, we're gonna need about a half a stack or more. So if we can get 2 recipes of this, that's 10 redstone. That's enough. And then we'll just kind of go from there. So 10 redstone, we're gonna want 8 diamonds, and this is very slow. Why are we running out of power? Yeah, it can't keep up. So let's break this. And we're going to cut power supply off of the turn-in, and we're getting there. All right, so here's my next question: is the coal keeping up? If that is, then that is great. If not, then we're in trouble. It seems to be. Okay, cool. So I just want to kind of keep an eye on this, and we'll see what happens. But it seems to be keeping up for the most part, which is good. That means that we can supply enough power. I haven't done any math or anything. This is literally just guessing. Alright, let's take that. And then we're going to make a bunch of sand, because why not? So 1 diamond goes back. These guys get pulverized, so we can get energium dust, whatever. And then we're also going to need some silver. We're going to do 2 recipes. We need 9 silver. Alright, so while that is all working, we're going to want the fermenter, because the fermenter is going to allow us to turn... oh no, fermenter we already have. It's the still. We're going to need the still, not the fermenter. So the still is going to give us... so that is a lot easier to make. It's just a little bit of bronze. So this is going to give us, if we put biomass in there and give it power, it will make ethanol. And that's what we want. So I think we could also use canola oil, but we don't have access to canola, so we can't do that. So let's grab a little bit of this, one of these. Actually, we're going to need a little bit more than that. And we're going to throw this stuff in here. Unlock that. There we go. And we have a bunch of glass. We have a bunch of sand. And let's see. We're going to want 9 recipes of this, so we're going to need a lot of glass. Let's see, we're going to need 18. So we need to cook up all of this. So we have the diamond dust now. We can go ahead and start pulverizing that. We have the bronze. We can make the still. Let's see, it is like so to get the energium dust. And then we're gonna need what, 4 more glass? 1, 2, 3, 4. And a little bit more redstone. Alright, so this should make the still. We'll put him. Let's see if the fermenter's there. We're gonna put him right here. I hear an Enderman. And please. Nope. No Ender Pearl. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. Alright, so we're gonna put the still right there, and he's gonna get power. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take iron drum to these guys, and we're gonna set this up like so. So iron drum goes there. We can break that for now. We're gonna want transfer node on you and on you. Pipe, pipe, and this way we should be able to get, if we throw so one thing we're gonna need is more compost, which is dirt and wheat. And then we're gonna throw a bunch of saplings in there as well. So let's just keep a small supply and grab that. Do we have much dirt? We do. And there's a bunch of compost. So we throw that into this guy with that, and that will start making, eventually, we'll get biomass in here, and that will refine it into missing liquid resources. That will refine it into ethanol. and then we can use the ethanol to power the semifluid generator. So once we get the glass, there we go, and we'll grab the silver. Let's make the glass fiber cables and try to get enough of these to run them all the way over here. And we can reuse these, of course, but for now I just want to get them over here, and let's just go straight out of here. And up, over. That lines up, perfect. And we're gonna have plenty of cables. Awesome. So now we should be able to kind of do what we need to. We're gonna be making the ethanol, which we have a little bit of. This does take time, so this is going to be the slowdown. I think because the recipe is it's 10 biomass for 3 ethanol, you need a lot more. These are just slow, but the ratios are wrong and all that kind of stuff, but that's fine. What we're gonna do, just to get an idea of how much we're actually gonna be producing, we can throw, if I know where I'm looking, we can throw this in here, pick this up. How are we doing for power? Just fine. So let's go ahead and attach this back and continue getting power to everything. So if I notice that this is draining too much power from these guys, then I will deal with it, but otherwise it doesn't have any power. Alright, well, it's draining too much power. So we can only do one at a time, and I think the more important one at this point is the ethanol. So that's what we're gonna focus on. I will just put that in there. And can we get a bucket of this? And then we'll put a bucket in there, and we'll start producing EU. Now this is the test. How many buckets of ethanol do we need roughly? So this goes pretty quick. It generates a good amount of EU, and it's probably one of the best sources of EU in early game. There's a couple other things I don't know if we have access to. For example, solar panels is usually what I like to go for, but it doesn't look like this has what is the mod? It is advanced solar panels. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's pretty straightforward. Advanced solar panels, which would give us a lot more. Oh my god, gives you 2 at least, but that generates 131,000 RF per tick, and then chaotic gives you 3 of those, and it's half. Wow, that's insane. Those require dragon. Oh my god, some of those are really nasty. But that's actually not that bad. How bad is it to get into solar panels? Pretty easy, actually. That might be something we look into. Anyways, this is empty now. We put exactly 1 bucket of ethanol in it, and we got out of it nothing. There's loss. Oh, did we seriously lose all of the EU? Oh, that's right. We can't do that. So these glass fiber cables, they lose 0.025 EU per block, and that means every, let's see, 4 blocks is 0.1 EU. It shouldn't have lost that much. Has it just not updated? Or did we just give it that little power? Alright, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to shrink the wires by a lot. Not that big of a deal. but we're gonna have to do that. And yeah, we'll have to move the semi-fluid generator. So we're gonna need a wrench, and we're just gonna break all this stuff. I know I have vein miner, but I'd rather not use that for delicate stuff because of losing it over the side. We lost a lot of glass fiber cables, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's all renewable technically, so there's half a stack. Alright, so I guess we're going to have to build a little bit of a platform, and we're going to have to move that. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And we're getting to the point where we need to end the episode. So we're just going to build a little bit of a platform. And I'm not going to touch the sides. We're just going to do one of these. And that should be good enough. We'll bring this along like, oops, misplaced block. We'll bring that along like that, and that'll be fine. So let's make a wrench, because I don't believe I've done that yet. Should be pretty quick to check. I don't think we have. And then we'll go ahead and move the semi-fluid generator. Yeah, we don't have a wrench, so we're gonna need a little bit of bronze, which means 3 copper, 1 tin, and here's hoping it doesn't break. We could make the better wrench, but I'm gonna go for the risk, and we should have a little bit of bronze. So there is all of that. We need 1 more bronze, so might as well wait. It won't take that long. Alright, so with that taken care of, let's go ahead and get the wrench. We're gonna, yes, cool, we got it. We picked it up. Let's grab this stuff. We're gonna grab a bucket of ethanol. I think I said canola oil at one point. We're going to grab a bucket of ethanol, and we're going to come over to this platform now and move this. So RF doesn't typically have loss. EU does. So we're just going to set this guy right here. And output into here. And this should be much more feasible. So we throw that in there, it should start producing EU. And we're getting, are we getting any of it? Okay, that's storing it. Okay, so it's doing pretty big packets. So we should see this update at any time. Why isn't it updating? I'll have to look into that one. But that is producing a good amount of EU. It's done a couple thousand. It's probably done about 10,000. I don't know what the actual numbers are, but it's not registering. So I'm going to have to look into that. And yeah, I think the plan is I'm going to go ahead and start working on getting everything kind of taken care of in terms of both the energies. Try to fill these guys up so that we can complete both of them. This is going to give us aluminum, it looks like, which will allow us to make the garden close pretty quickly, and then we can go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm going to figure out what's wrong with this, if there's anything I can do or what, but we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!